Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Tim Teleke from In-Out Labs. Today we're breaking down a super important topic for trucking companies and commercial motor vehicle drivers alike, the annual MVR check requirements for employers. If you hire drivers who drive CMVs, this video will help you understand what the law actually requires in plain English and why it matters for compliance, safety, and avoiding liability. Let's dive in. An MVR, a motor vehicle record, is a report that shows a driver's history. It's pulled from the DMV. Each state has its own DMV. It includes important details like the driver's name and date of birth, the license status, is it valid, suspended, revoked, is it a valid CDL if it's supposed to be a CDL, accident history, traffic violations and points, medical card and its expiration. That'll be on a CDL, but not on a non-CDL. Endorsements. This report gives employers a real snapshot of how a driver behaves behind the wheel. As an employer, you not only need to run it, you need to read it. So why should employers care? Well, federal law requires companies that hire drivers who operate CMVs, commercial motor vehicles, to regularly check these records. It's part of what's called a driver qualification file, and it's not optional. CMVs are vehicles that meet the following criteria: has a gross vehicle weight rating of 10,001 pounds or more, is single or combination of vehicles with a gross vehicle weight rating of 26,001 pounds or more, is designed or used to transport more than 8 passengers, including the driver, for compensation, or more than 15 if not receiving compensation for the transportation. And then any size vehicle that's required to be placarded for hazmat, hazardous materials. Some CMVs require a CDL to operate them, others don't. This isn't just paperwork, it's about safety and compliance. Employers must verify that every CMV driver they hire is legally allowed and safe to operate a commercial motor vehicle. So when do you check it and how often? Well, you need to do a pre-employment check. So before your driver ever gets behind the wheel, you must order an MVR covering the previous 3 years in every state where they hold a license. And then you need to do it at least annually. Once a driver is hired, you need to run an updated MVR at least once every 12 months for each driver. And then you have to keep 3 years worth of those annual checks in the driver file, and you need to document that you reviewed the MVR. So review the results to confirm they meet safety standards. The annual review ensures you catch things like suspensions, serious violations, or other disqualifying records. So be proactive with MVR reviews. Even though the law only requires annual reviews, a lot can happen in 12 months. Licenses can be suspended, tickets can pop up, and drivers don't always report these changes to their employers. That's why many compliance experts recommend checking MVRs more frequently, every 6 months or even more often, to reduce risk and liability. So where does the MVR fit into the driver qualification file? Well, the annual MVR check goes into the DQ file, which is the official folder that proves your drivers are qualified under the federal motor carrier safety regulations. This file should also include things like the medical certificate, pre-employment drug testing results, driving record reviews, original driver job application. Any old application is not compliant. There's a special one for commercial motor vehicle drivers, and any other background checks. There are a few other things too. Keeping everything organized helps you stay compliant and ready for audits. In-Out Labs offers a digital tool and managed services for driver files, so ask us about Driver File Hub. So why should this matter to your business? Well, you fail to comply with the annual MVR requirements, it can cost you. You can be fined. You can pay higher insurance premiums. There's legal liabilities if one of your drivers crashes and maybe you didn't screen him very well. And the FMCSA, they can put employers and drivers out of service for non-compliance with any driver file, but including the MVR. Keeping up with MVR checks helps protect your business and keeps your drivers and the public safer on the road. So let's recap. Pull an MVR for pre-employment that covers the last 3 years in every state where the driver held a license. Run one every 12 months at least while the driver is employed with you. Document your review and keep those reports for at least 3 years. And, do it more frequently just to stay on top of it, just for safety. So if this video helped you understand the annual MVR check requirement, smash that like button and subscribe for more compliance tips for trucking companies, CDL drivers, MVR operators, anything DOT. We offer all kinds of tips in our videos. If you have questions about MVRs or other driver qualification files, let us know. I'd love to help. We'll see you in the next video. Oh, our Driver File Hub website is driverfilehub.com. I'm Tim Teleke. Thanks.